So it's 2021. I wake up, and the first thing that I do is turn over, reach onto my nightstand, grab my glass bong, and rip a bowl. Like, crush it, crush like two or three, go out of my room, go downstairs, meet my roommate who's in the kitchen smoking weed. We'd smoke weed together. And then after about 2 hours of just standing there smoking weed and talking, I would go to campus, and I would go to my first class of the day, where I would walk in, sign the piece of paper saying that I was there, and walk out, go back home, and stand into my kitchen and smoke weed. The conversations that I would have with my roommate or anyone else was always about how shitty life was and how crappy everything is, and how much I don't want to go to school, I don't want to go to work, I don't enjoy it, and deep down inside, without myself admitting it, I didn't enjoy my life. And so what I did was indulge in mundane activities and find myself at the bottom of a liquor bottle. And that was what made me happy. In the last 3 years, I've become a happier person. I'm not indulging in bullshit, mundane activities. And I also smile, and I have a happier life, and it's wonderful. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today. And it's because I adopted this mindset in this video on how to be a winner. And so I'm going to show you in this video, I'm going to break it down, what it is to be a winner. So if you want to be a winner, if you're someone who's trying to grow a company or just trying to be a better person, this is the video for you. I don't care what anyone else says online. Like, this is the video. Nobody is going to give you the same advice that I'm going to give you in this video. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Steven. I make this channel for entrepreneurs and like-minded individuals to grow themselves, grow their brands, and become better people. Let's go ahead and get into it. Also, for you returning viewers, I got new markers. So here we are. Subscribe. We have the winner and the loser. Winners versus losers. Now, what is the main difference? I talked about this in another one of my videos. The main difference between a winner and a loser is perspective. The main difference between a winner and a loser is perspective. So, what makes a hero versus the villain, right? Now, I bring this up because you are the main character of your life, right? This is your life, this is your story, this is your movie. And so your movie is whatever genre you choose to let the movie be. So for losers, this might look like a drama or maybe a tragedy. I hope I used drama right. Like, maybe that's not really a sad story, or like a scary movie, right? This is your genres. Scary, yeah. Can we see that? All right. Whereas the winner over here, we might have like a comedy, or a action kind of hero movie, right? Like a superhero movie, or I don't know, maybe even a love story, right? A romance movie, right? Here are some of the genres of the movies, and also there are protagonists and antagonists. Okay, and so you can either be the protagonist or the antagonist. You can be the antagonist in other people's lives, or you can be the protagonist in other people's life. You can be the star that shines in the room wherever you go. And that comes from confidence, and that comes from happiness, and that comes from relieving trauma. Which one of these would you rather have? Would you rather have, a comedy as your movie, as your life story? You can look back when you're 90 years old and say, my life was pretty fun. It was pretty interesting. I had a great time. Do you want to be the hero in your story? Or do you want your life to be a tragedy, right? Is your life a tragedy currently? Maybe that's why you clicked on this video, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just chatting shit. But I want to bring up this very important lesson that I learned from Donald Miller's book, Building Your Story Brand. And so there's the antagonist and the protagonist, just as I was talking about before. Except the difference is the antagonist is the person who takes out their trauma on the world. And the protagonist ensures it doesn't happen to anyone else. Now, the difference I want to help you understand here is that they both come from the same backstory, right? The hero has trauma in their life that was horrible for them, like, I don't know, Iron Man, and his dad died when he was young. And then the loser, or the antagonist, let's just use Thanos, we're using the same thing. His like place got crushed or whatever. His planet Titan got destroyed. And so I remember his planet was in famine or something like that. And so he decided to kill half of the world, or the population of the universe, because he grew up poor, right? Two different characters, both had their own trauma, Except one, the loser, the antagonist, took it out on the world, where the winner, the protagonist, made sure it didn't happen to anyone else. And so the main difference, like I said, was perspective. Okay? And so if you can take that perspective of your trauma and the things that have happened to you in your life, and you can take that and use the things that have happened to you for good, instead of using it for bad, then you will in turn be a happier person. Your life will be one of these things here, and you'll be a winner. Your life will be a comedy, an action movie, or a love story, or whatever I have over here. So, by the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, go ahead and subscribe. Here are my tips on being a winner, because I gotta give you some tips, because I made these mistakes myself. So, here are the things you need to do as a winner. Number one, contrary to popular belief, you need to lose. Okay? In order to start something new, you have to be a fool. You have to be willing to be a fool. All right? You are going to make mistakes. But in order to get the things you want in life, there's going to be moments of pain. There's going to be moments of suffering, right? Say everyone starts out in life with a marble, right? You have this big block of marble that you start out with in life. Okay? Everyone gets one. And so what your job is to do here is to stand here and analyze this block of marble. And then paint a picture of what you want that marble to look like. Say you want, I don't know, that marble to look something like this statue right here of this guy with the sword. Here's my crappily drawn sword. There. There's a guy with a sword. That's what you want your marble to turn into. And so you get your chip and you start hammering away at the marble. Well, every single time you pick at the marble, that is pain, all right? This moment when you pick right here is pain, right? Picking at the marble is pain. Every single strike is pain. That is breaking beliefs. That is breaking feelings. That is breaking your proclivities, right? Because if you want this marble to turn into this guy down here, well, this guy down right here, you got to take like this portion, like this big portion right here of the rock away, right? And you need to chip away at the rock until this portion is completely taken out. And so in order to do that, you're going to have to chip away parts of your life that were not necessary, that were not needed, okay? And sometimes you're going to make mistakes. Sometimes you're going to start new things. You're going to start chipping at that rock, and you're going to chip a little bit too deep, and you're going to make the wrong cuts, and things are going to hurt, right? And you're going to lose. And so the first thing to do is be willing to lose and lose often. Because if you stop here for a second and think, well, I don't want to lose. I want to be a winner, right? You don't touch the block. I'm not going to touch the block because I want to be a winner. I don't want to, cause any damage to the marble and ruin it. And I think a lot of people walk around this world. I think a lot of losers walk around in this world, not chipping away at their marble that was given to them by God to create the perfect structure and the perfect path for themselves because they're scared to lose. Oh, well, it looks great and I like it. And this marble is your beliefs, right? And this is your identity, right? The things that you do create your identity, your repeated being, right? Chip away at that, and some of these start to go away. That, oh, I have dyslexia, starts to go away. That's painful. And so you lose it. You're stripping off things. You're losing. But more importantly, say, you want to start a company or something, right? You're going to start the company. And when you do that, your belief about money needs to switch, okay? And you're going to lose deals because your belief about money is still there. Say you're on a call with a customer. That customer asks you for your price of the service, and you start to fumble through the price. The customer's going to think, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's way overcharging me. I'm out of here. That happens, right? It's painful, but that's a loss. You lost, right? It takes 100 deals not closing to close the first one. It takes 10,000 cold calls to close the first 10 deals. But once you make those 10,000 cold calls, you are 10,000 cold calls closer to the person you want to be. You're 10,000 chips away from creating this structure. So it's very important to lose. The next step is to learn. Learn from your mistakes, analyze what happened, analyze your situations, and try to become better. Try to be a better person from it. Okay, so look and analyze things, not just analyzing yourself or analyzing this marble structure that you're creating, but also analyzing other people and what they're doing, right? You can learn a lot from other people's mistakes. Take a second and look and say, okay, so I think everyone knows that serious drug heads usually aren't successful. What do you picture when you picture an addict? Like if I told you, picture someone who's a heroin addict right now, you'd probably picture someone sitting in a smelly room, in a chair, with the IV, anyway, you get my point, like in the dark, like lonely. So you know that there's a likelihood that if you start doing hardcore drugs, you'll become that person. So you can learn from that and say, maybe I shouldn't do heroin. You can learn from your mistakes, right? You make 10,000 cold calls and after the 10,000 cold call, you realize, hey, why has nobody bought? Your offer sucks. So fix your offer, and you're learning. You're chipping away slowly and surely, creating that statue. Okay. Learn from other people. Ask questions. Right. Question yourself and question other people. Right. That should be a whole other point on its own. But I'm just going to put question. Learn and question. Right. Analyze. This is the whole portion of it right here. Learn from your losses. And the last one is to adapt. I learned from Alex Hormozy, his definition of learning is same circumstances, new behavior, right? If I were to take a flag and wave it in front of your face like this, and then after that I punched you. If I were to wave that flag in front of your face again and you didn't duck, then you haven't learned. And what happens is a lot of people need to get punched 10 times before they learn. They won't ask or question or try to figure it out. Okay, why is this person trying to hurt me? Why is it that when this guy waves the flag, he punches me? Is there something? Am I supposed to wave a flag back? Smart people, the faster you learn, the smarter you are. Smart people will take their time to go get a book, ask friends, think about it, right? So that person will get a book. Why do people hit me when they wave a flag? And he'll read the book and realize that it's because he didn't wave his flag back. Or he'll go ask a friend and they'll say, you gotta pull your flag out of your pants and wave it back at them. And so that way you don't get punched anymore, or to run away, but you know how to react to situations and you know how to adapt as time goes on, right? If one person pulls a flag out of their pants, waves at you and punches you, and then they do it again and you learn quickly, you're probably just gonna stay away from that person. But if every single person in the world pulls that flag out and goes to punch you, then you're gonna try to figure out what you have to do to fix it. And that's a metaphor for life. If everybody that you want in your life, if the person you want to become acts a certain way and does certain things, then you should follow those teachings. So if everyone that's a multimillionaire CEO does this, you're probably going to start doing this too, waving the flag. If every single person has certain beliefs about money, but it's kept them poor, and so you've changed your beliefs about money, and that has in turn made you money, then you're going to understand, and you've adapted, right? You understand, if everyone else is like this, I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to be this way, so I'm going to adapt and become better. Lose, learn, adapt. You lost a game, learned, then you adapted. Improve. It's the slightest chip every single time. When you adapt, you improve. I'm going to write improve here as well. That way you understand. It's very important. That's actually what I originally wrote in my notes. Improve. Chip away slowly but surely at that marble piece. And improve as you go. You get better as time goes on. Improve. But you have to learn. New behavior. You change your behavior. You understand. This offer's not working. This call script's not working. This ad is not working. This business is not working. This life that I'm living is not working. And my pro tip here is enjoyment. Okay? This has nothing to do with these 3 steps. This is how you become a winner. But if you want to be a winner, you need to win the game that you want to win, the game that you enjoy playing. And so my pro tip for you right here, this is kind of a little bit off script, but if you don't enjoy the life that you're living, change it. If you don't like your job because it doesn't give you enough purpose and you don't get paid enough and your boss is rude to you, and every time that you're off work, all you can think about is how you dread going to work the next day, then quit your job and go work somewhere else. If you have to get drunk on the weekends to enjoy your life, there's probably something wrong with your average Tuesday. If you can fix your average day and turn it into something that you enjoy doing regularly, then your life will be better and you will win. If I look back from that story I told you at the beginning, the reason I didn't enjoy my life and why I talked so much shit about everything that was happening was because I had a job that I hated. I went to school and I didn't like school. I was in an on and off relationship with my ex-girlfriend. All I did was drugs in order to make me feel better. And I didn't. And so I complained all the time. When I started doing the things I wanted to do, I became happier. So I'm going to wrap this up with a story that I kind of came up with of a character, William the winner and Larry the loser. These 2 characters both get the opportunity to play the best chess player in the world, Magnus Carlsen. And they both sit down to play. Larry sits down and plays Magnus and gets smoked, right? Larry's like a 1200 rated player. He's really not that good. He gets smoked. And so Larry goes home. He cries about how he lost to Magnus. He complains about how he lost to Magnus. His game, the next time he plays chess against one of his friends, the whole idea of him losing to Magnus is in his head. And so he cannot win the game. And so he struggles to win any chess game that he plays continuously for a long time in his life because Magnus Carlsen beat him. Now let's go look at William the winner. William the winner plays Magnus, but William gets smoked too, right? Magnus is the best player in the world. William's, just like Larry, he's a 1200 rated player. And so William goes home And instead of being upset and down about himself, he starts to study the game. What happened? Where did I make mistakes? Where did Magnus beat me? Okay, Magnus did these moves. He beat me because he played this way. He did this thing. He had this strategy that he beat me in the game. But if I would have done X, Y, and Z different, I maybe could have beat him. He learned, right? He lost, and then he learned, and then he adapted. And so the next time he went to go play someone else, he improved his game because he looked over the game that he played in the past. More importantly, his attitude about the game was very positive. He got the ability to meet Magnus Carlsen. He got to play him, and he got to lose to him. He almost won. He almost actually won. William almost won. There was one point where it was looking really good for William, but he lost. And so now William can spend, the rest of his life telling his friends and his family, I got the opportunity to play the best chess player in the world. You see the difference in actions? William is happy that he got to play, enjoys playing the game, and he loves it. Where Lewis is upset because he lost. Winners lose. Winners learn, and winners adapt. Give me any other interpretations you have of that story I just gave in the description. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day.